I recently sent out a poll to try to understand what is most important to home buyers when choosing their next home. The overwhelming majority of responses indicated that location was the most important determining factor, with price and budget coming in second. So, why is location so important? Most people decide to buy a property based on how much they like the house or apartment, but you're also buying a plot of land when you buy a property. The house currently standing on that land can be renovated or remodeled, but you cannot change where the home is situated. Even if you buy an apartment in a city, you invest in a particular location. A city block can be a good or bad investment in just the same way as the neighborhood of a house. This means that location is often the single most important driving force behind the value of a property. Another factor to recognize is that a good or bad location won't stay that way forever. Cities, towns, and communities are constantly changing, and neighborhoods can transition from less desirable to one considered up and coming within just a few years. A good location can mean different things to different people, but there are also certain objective factors that determine a home's value. Depending on your personal needs and preferences, you may not be able to buy a home with all of these factors, and that's okay. After all, a home is much more than just an investment. Here are a few factors to consider when determining your ideal location. Number one, how central is the location? Where you choose to live in a city or town will affect how much you pay for your home. Land is a finite commodity, so highly developed cities that don't have much room for additional growth tend to have higher prices than cities with more room to expand. Number two, the neighborhood. Neighborhood appeal is a matter of personal preference. However, there are some factors that do play a part in a great neighborhood, including accessibility, appearance, and amenities. Depending on the neighborhood, the size of the lot on which your house is built may also vary. When thinking about accessibility, some important considerations are, say, proximity to a city's major transit routes, convenience stores, entertainment, and other amenities which could help improve a home's value. Neighborhood appearance is also important to many people, and things like quality landscaping and trees, nearby parks, and community spaces tend to be desirable. A great way to determine the desirability of a neighborhood is to look at how long homes stay on the market after being listed. If the turnover is quick, then it is likely that the neighborhood is quite popular or in high demand. It is also worthwhile to research the public schools in the area, regardless of whether you have kids or not. Reputable school districts can boost the value of homes in the area. The third thing to look at is development. Existing amenities are certainly important, but identifying future developments such as new schools, hospitals, public transportation, and other infrastructure is useful in determining how the location could evolve and the impact and value and desirability of your home. The fourth thing to look at is lot location. The specific location of a lot also has an impact on the current and future value and desirability of the home. Some things to research include: how close is the home to a busy road or highway? Does it back up to a busy commercial property? Is there excessive parking of cars on the street due to proximity to a community center? But on the flip side, if your property is on a body of water like a lake or a canal, this could have long term value. The fifth thing to look at would be lot size and what you can do with the lot. A house is a depreciating asset, while a lot or the land will likely maintain its value or possibly appreciate over time. When looking at a home or a lot, it's also useful to research the current zoning as well as the current and future land use to determine if the property is being used at its highest and best potential, or if additional opportunity to force appreciation may exist. One thing is for certain, and that is that the lot can't change, but the house can always be updated. Buying a fixer upper can be a good investment, but it is important to analyze whether you have the time and money prior to taking on the project. Identifying the right location isn't a completely subjective process and requires the evaluation of certain key criteria. Speaking with locals or enlisting the service of a local realtor can go a long way in helping you determine whether the location or neighborhood meets your needs. It is very possible that a real estate professional could provide examples of other neighborhoods that also fit your criteria, which you may have not considered before. Thinking about moving? Call me anytime. I would love to share some perspective and offer my support.